Welcome to the Gaming Up North Ramblecast. We are in April. This is the April roundup. I do understand that it is the 1st of May, but you know, the Wednesdays fall where they fall. So we've just gotta roll with it. Welcome everyone in the chat, and thank you for dropping in. I saw you all talking before in my supercomputer. But yes, I am Jake from Nerdy Up North, and I am joined as always by my lugubrious co-host, Mr. Adam Ashbridge. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm full of food.
Excellent.
Which is good. Yeah.
I see you got some new wall art behind you there. Put up some cool new posters, haven't you?
I've had that Metallica flag for like probably about 15 years, and it's just sat in a drawer. And I never thought of doing anything with it, and I'm sick of the way that it looks in the background, but I can't go to another room or anything. So I've put that up, and then I've got a Stranger Things season 4 poster.
Yeah.
As well. So it just looks a bit nicer in the background, you know. It's a bit
Definitely.
more professional.
No, and that's the thing. Like the posters and flags are all well and good when you buy them, but then it's like, what do I do with it?
And I just had a brain fart moment today. I was like, oh, I'll do that, and it worked. So
yeah, and because we're on video all the time, we often need stupid things in the background. Or good things, or clever things. Stupid is good too. But yeah, God, it feels like it's been a while since we done this, but it hasn't really. We were on with Tekken not too long ago. But yeah, some things have happened in the group, I suppose. A lot's happened since the last news roundup Ramblecast. But yeah, I was gonna start with the customary. What you've been playing? Been playing anything cool? Anything new that you've been enjoying?
Not necessarily, but obviously we did the Helldivers 2 thing last night, which was I haven't played it for about a month.
Oh, really? Yes, you did on the stream last night. It went very well as well. Congrats.
It did. It was really good. Yeah, thanks. Well, yeah, I usually play it with my brother-in-law, but he's been working away too much and he hasn't been home. So I was like, I don't want to play it by myself. And then when Goodwill was like, we should play it, and then we're forced Lee to get it. And then
when the Chuckle Brothers, as Paul calls them, called you in.
Yeah, the Chuckle Brothers called me in. Airdrop.
Yeah,
I saw Atom Bomb.
Oh yeah, the Atom Bomb. I saw you dropping like 300 bugs around last night.
Yeah, I did really well actually. It was good. Well, yeah, it's a fun game. It's really like you get drawn in, and like last night we could have easily played longer if we didn't have things to get up for and do. You know, like it was just.
Yes, and massive thanks to Joe Border. I know he's in tonight in the chat, and to Sliding Sloop, who gave us nice little raids. Which, if people don't know, on Twitch, people can take their audience to another stream and spread the love. So we thank you very much for that, and hopefully you charmed some new people who might show up again.
Well, we'll see.
I'll tell you what I've been playing, and it kind of links into current events. Fallout New Vegas with an F ton of the metric ton of plutonium mods that I installed. So like maybe like 2 Saturdays ago, I basically just sat for the entire day installing mods. And then I played the game for like 20-30 minutes and then stopped.
Yeah, you always do that though, don't you? You spend so many hours just like setting things up and that, and then you're like, oh, I'm tired now.
But what I have been playing it like on other nights since and stuff like that. Just slowly making my way through New Vegas. But what it's been good for is I don't remember like everything about New Vegas because it's been like a while, and the last time I would have played it would be like the 360 version on the Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
So not a great version, like not the fastest loading like version, but now it's like instant when you go in and out of doors. The movement is just nicer, like everything's been like tightened up a little bit, like the aiming sort of has been improved by the mods I've installed, and it's just like it feels like a different game, and I'm taking it in a different direction than I normally do. Like I'm thinking more about the environment and stuff like that, rather than just following like the little pip on the compass that you do most of the time in Bethesda games. Like I'm trying to sort of think and be like, no, I'm going to actually look around the land here instead of just like blindly walk into objectives. And I've been enjoying it. I thought I had a crash and I was like, no, the mods have betrayed me. But for some reason my keyboard's been disconnecting recently. So I thought I was stuck in a chair, but it just turns out my keyboard had decided to not be connected. So the
is
Beaver new
keyboard, is it?
Which no. I think it's just, when your USB ports get overloaded.
Oh yeah.
With too much stuff plugged into them. Yeah. It's like my computer's on life support. It's got all sorts plugged into it.
I see you.
Yeah. But yeah, that takes us quite nicely into the news, which segue wise, I think I'm gonna hit the old Fallout news first. So the Fallout TV show comes out. It's excellent. We both like it. Which I think have we chatted about on air? No, probably not.
No, I think it was off air, but I know you didn't like it at first, but you grew into it, which is nice, because I was sad that you didn't like it, but then you liked it.
Yeah, no, it took me about 3-4 episodes to get into it. I think it was just because I was a bit like, oh, I've seen this stuff before because I've played the games. So like I've seen the whole like the vault stuff and like the silly music over the horror scenes.
Yeah.
I still don't like that, as in like I don't like, it doesn't really hit for me, the whole like, because it's in so many horror films. But
yeah, it is. Yeah.
If that's your first Fallout thing, you need to see that, and it took me a while to understand that and be like, okay, this isn't just for me, it's also for people where this is the first Fallout. They need to see the silliness and the contrast.
Yeah.
But no, like I thought it was great, like story wise it had really good cliffhangers and stuff. There was nothing like weird to the point of like being off-putting. It was weird because it's Fallout and there's weird mutants and things everywhere and situations. But like there wasn't any episodes where I was sat being like, okay, that was a weak one. Like it was all pretty good.
Yeah, it was excellent in my mind. Like, and Walton Goggins is just fantastic. Like, there's something about him. Everything he's in, he's just absolutely amazing. Like,
and I saw a thing today. Like, he's super nice. It seems in real life, where he wrote this. Someone wrote an article saying how he like elevates the show, and then he'd like commented on the article in this really like he'd wrote a full like proper paragraph out with like very fancy words. He was just like thanking the people. He was like thanking the people for watching it and the person who wrote the article for being so kind and stuff. So he's like a proper class act.
I know.
He does get, I would say he does get the most, like, he gets all the good storylines, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. He picked the best missions, like.
Because like that was why I couldn't get into it. Well, not why I couldn't, but someone said something that sort of unlocked it online, where they were like, "Oh, each character's kind of like their own playthrough, like a different play style." You know, like Lucy's like the stereotypical good character, like Vault Dweller. Then he's like, you know, the renegade option, the ghoul. You know, like where he'll murder people to get he'll murder people to get the missions done. And then Maximus is kind of like your guy who's not great at games and accidentally makes like bad decisions, but he tries to do right, but just ends up like
he didn't put his charisma points up, like.
No, I don't know what he put his points into, but he survived, so he's maybe just all endurance.
Maybe like endurance or luck, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Because he's lucky to be alive, like, at some point.
Yeah. And Cal McLaughlin was being a bastard, which I think he likes to play. Like he's done some great good guys in the past, but everything I've seen him in since like Twin Peaks, he's been like a right bastard normally.
Yeah.
And even in Twin Peaks, he turns evil at some point.
Yeah.
So I think he just likes playing a heel.
Yeah, maybe. He's good at it though, so yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, what I was meaning was how this leads into the news is because that show came out, Fallout 4 became like one of the best-selling games on Steam, and then a lot of people jumped back into like 76 and made that one of the most populated like online games. It probably wasn't anywhere close to like Fortnite, but you know, it got back in the activity charts.
Yeah,
which,
it had like I heard it had like 1 million new players in one day.
Yeah, which is kind of nuts because as far as I'm aware, you still have to like pay a little bit to get into that game if you're on Steam. It's not it's free on Xbox because of the old Game Pass thing.
Game Pass.
But yeah, so it basically Fallout Fever, I mean that's why I got New Vegas installed and started putting mods on it, was because I was like, I'm in a Fallout mood. And I've heard some other talk about it, and I agree, where people are saying like it's a really good TV show to make you want to play the games because it's not copying any of the games. Like how the Last of Us TV show, you wouldn't have needed to play the game after that because that's like a full story. Whereas Fallout is like, oh, now you get to go make your own story, which is what I like about the games anyway. Like I like to at least try and role play some kind of, like, whether it's just an exaggerated version of me or if I'm I like to think while I'm wandering around Fallout. I like that it gives you time to think because you're not like constantly attacked or constantly talking to people. You usually have some like nice wandering time, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. Just looking at shit, cool.
Yeah. So obviously that was great. The bad part was Bethesda decided to push out a 4K patch for Fallout 4 and it broke all of the mods.
In their wisdom, their infinite wisdom.
Oh yeah, Bethesda Studios, the TV production company.
Yeah.
And Todd Howard, the TV executive.
Bloody Todd.
Aye.
Dog Todds.
So yeah, unfortunately how mods work, if anyone's not informed, is they're usually tied to what version of the game is out, and then if someone from the development team changes any of the code, then the mod sort of trips over itself and either it like half works or just stops entirely. You know, could crash the game, like any number of like possibilities. And unfortunately it hit one like a massive conversion mod that was Fallout London people were making, where they like took game assets and made London. It wasn't a thing on my radar until I heard about this.
What, did that add all the knife crime in as well?
Probably. To be fair, Fallout is when the
it's
raiders come for you.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, like, so that got broke, and unfortunately the mod makers didn't know, and they were just about to release, so that was a bit of a mess.
Kicking the ghoulies for them, so to speak.
And also, I don't know if this was like off the back of that, but the Bethesda made a statement saying like, "Oh, we're gonna keep Fallout set in the US." I don't know if people had been asking for like Fallout in other countries. It's very American though, and
it is.
I think that's what makes it so popular, because Americans are like, "This is my thing. I'm seeing landmarks and stuff," and we're like, "Oh, this Americana stuff is corny and fun." And that's why. So yeah, you're not going to get Fallout London anytime soon.
Fallout Barnsley.
It kind of already looks like Fallout.
Yeah.
Not going to lie, it's very industrial.
Yeah, it is. Fallout Sheffield would be the best one because it's the Steel City, isn't it?
Yeah, like the pit.
Yeah.
With all the
Sean
mutants.
Bean's in it. Bastard.
A centaur that's like half Sean Bean.
Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah, Chris saying Fallout 5 Pennywell. No.
Oh god, yeah.
Zombies. Speaking of Fallout 5, that was something that Bethesda and Microsoft GameWorks have kind of said, like, oh, we would like to sort of increase the work being done towards Fallout 5. And it's like, I don't think anything has been started.
Yeah.
But now that the TV show's so popular, they might have to start. So I don't know. We might end up with a concurrent Elder Scrolls and Fallout being developed alongside each other again, which was how we got That was how we got New Vegas, because they were everyone. It was all hands on deck for Skyrim, and they were like, "Can you make us a interim Fallout game just to tide everyone over?"
Yeah, and it was only like the best one.
Made in 18 months as well. Like, obviously they had the Fallout 3 assets to use. But you still gotta do all the writing and record all the voice acting and stuff.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. But now that we've talked about Fallout, I want to take us back to some more serious news that happened way back at the start of the month. Me and you were on the scene for this, but we weren't involved in any way.
No.
But yeah, we had like an exclusive news story. I haven't seen anywhere else reporting it. That our very own Chris Reed destroyed a Pizza Hut ice cream machine in Newcastle. And I think we've got a exclusive footage from Mr. D. Levis sent it in, I believe. Sorry, not footage. It's an image. Let me just bring that up here.
Look at that.
It does pretty much look like him. It looks like he's overloading that bowl pretty badly. So much so that the structural integrity of the entire machine is stressing. I'm pretty new to this technology, but I think that's Chris there. Caught red-handed.
Caught cream-handed.
Yes. Krispy Kreme, they call him. Because he just left a fiery crater in his wake. We all had to evacuate the Pizza Hut.
He was trying to hide the fact as well, and I made it very obvious. I started shouting at him.
You tried to stop him, but he overpowered you.
He did. He needed that cream, like.
So I believe the Chris Foundation's released a statement about this. So I'm going to read it in the interest of fairness. Dear Ramblecast presenter and whoever it may concern. There's been recent footage of someone resembling a Christopher Reed circulating online. The unnamed individual may or may not have been victim of their own hubris and ended up making a Mr. Whippy mess in the Pizza Hut. Whilst the individual may look like Mr. Reed, he vehemently denies this happened and is citing the Chewbacca defense. Chris deeply apologizes for nothing. Okay, that's his statement. We gotta take it.
I mean, as Joe says in the chat, this is all circumstantial.
We need more evidence from our detective on the scene. Anonymous detective. That's not his shoulder or anything. Ignore that.
I think we should get a statement from the Pizza Hut manager who had to go and clean up the mess, because that actually happened.
We could try. Get out of here.
Imagine getting a statement from him.
They'll be just like, who the hell are you guys?
Remember?
So you're saying none of us were ever here at all? But no. So yeah, that's our breaking exclusive news story. Because like I said, the Echo has been silent on that and the Chronicle. So I got no idea what that's about. I guess the Chris Foundation's allegedly paid them all off. But staying with the whole like backstage drama thing, I wanted to talk about something that happened this month. We saw, this is wrestling related now. We've skipped on to wrestling.
Always bring up wrestling. We always do.
Yeah, it'll sneak in eventually. But the CM Punk footage was released live on the air this month. And I was just hoping, Adam, you could give us a little rundown of like the CM Punk situation, just from the recent AEW times. Because like I've been I've followed it as much as I could from online stuff, but I wasn't like watching or reading into it very much.
Well, yeah. So a little bit of a backstory. Obviously, CM Punk joins AEW, and a lot of the EVPs, as they call themselves, backstage, like the Young Bucks and Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, and
Kenny sometimes lumped in with this.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't really have any beef with CM Punk, to be fair.
No, he was kind of injured as well for most of it, wasn't he?
And they never got to wrestle. But they didn't like him coming back in and running his mouth and stuff. And, you know, the way his character is, like, he's just like that as a person.
Yeah.
So, like, Hangman Adam Page got involved as well and saying, like, you're a disgrace and all that. Like, I'm protecting the business from you and all that jazz. And then it just keeps getting worse and more toxic as the months go on. And then it finally comes to All In at Wembley, 2023. And Jack Perry had a match with Hunt, and they did a spot where he like suplexed him through a window of the limousine.
Yes, it was all about.
And it was real. And it was real glass, and then he went to the camera. It's all it's real glass. Punk, Cry Me a River.
Yeah, because there'd been. Was it something to do with like he'd been telling him not to do that? Like he'd been saying that was like a dumbass thing to do.
Yeah,
without safety glass.
Injure yourself. He's like, you're a young lad. Why ruin your life and your career from one potentially stupid incident? He says, I've done many, and I regret some of them.
Yeah.
So so he's trying to be like a father figure sort of thing, like stop being a little dick and like you'll have a longer career basically. So then obviously Jungle Boy like goes to the camera, says that shit, and then Punk confronts him backstage. And you can see on the footage where like they're all just like standing there and Punk goes walking over, and this is before his match with Samoa Joe. And Samoa Joe's in the background, like wandering about, pacing about.
It's very funny. This video is very funny because it literally is like backstage at the wrestling show. So there's random wrestlers wandering around. Yeah,
but you can see like as they're starting to get into a argument, you can see Joe like always on the swivel.
Yeah,
and they start like getting into a heated argument, and then like I don't know exactly what happened, but it's like. It looked fine, and then they just grab each other.
Yeah, they just tussle, really, don't they?
Punk got him in like a fucking headlock, like down here, and it took like 3 guys to like get Jungle Boy out of it. And I'm like, not being funny, but like I think Punk would have like beat the shit out of him because I know Punk
this is Luke MMA. Perry's relative as well. By the way,
it's his son.
For anyone who doesn't know.
So, but the thing is, I know like Punk had the shortest stint in MMA, and I know he lost, right? But he had the training.
Yeah.
So therefore, he's got that skill.
Yeah.
Just because he got beat doesn't mean he couldn't beat a normal man in a fight, you know. And to him, this is just a normal little man. And there's people online going, like Jungle Boy would have killed him and all that. Like,
just because he's a bit younger.
No, he wouldn't. But like, so it came from that, and then obviously the Young Bucks like announced that they were going to release the footage as if it was going to like make people be on their side.
Yeah, they showed this footage live on television, which is a really silly thing.
And I think it's done the opposite thing. I think there's still people going, oh yeah, like he's wrong. But like, there's a lot of AEW fans as well going like, hold on a minute.
Yeah, or like this isn't what we care about right now. I think to be honest with you, since this came up, it's not really been talked about much. Which is going to happen when we're doing this kind of monthly news thing. But it's fun to remember. But yeah, it seems to have been dropped pretty quickly by most like all parties. Like, there's not much chat about it online.
Yeah, you would hope so anyway, because it's just really embarrassing. Like, it's just really childish and that.
Yeah.
And,
but good guy Joe went and broke it up pretty much.
He did.
And did you see like Hook just standing there being like, what's happening?
Imagine if he just started suplexing everyone.
But yeah, good guy Joe. Never met a Joe I didn't like. It's the Ramblecast promise.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the fun thing about this show, because we get to look back and then have the extra time between some things and be like, was it as big a deal as everyone made it out to be? Nope.
Nope. And it's once again just because he's an ex-WWE guy, like AEW, or like
he's got this.
To hate him.
CM Punk's got this magical power where everyone wants to know like every single thing about what he's doing and what he's saying at all times, and like I understand it because he's full of like juicy gossip and causes drama everywhere. But I think everyone just needs to just lay off for a while and just let them do the jobs. Like, you know,
and
let them go wrestle.
As Paul says there, CM Punk's actually involved in a really good storyline with Drew McIntyre at the moment. He is. Yes. It's really good.
In which they're playing on this kind of thing where Drew's sort of saying some of the things that people say about him in real life. And that's why everyone, like, not everyone, but that's why wrestling fans love wrestling so much, because it's got like just a sprinkle of real life, and you're like, is it a work or is it a shoot?
It was just like that bit of WrestleMania when Punk was on commentary and Drew had won the title. He was like in his face, and Punk Drew just turned his back for a millisecond, and Punk just fucking swiped his legs away on the announce table, and then he lost the title because Damian Priest cashed in. I was just like, and the look on Punk's face, it was like, oh, it was just gold. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, that's
great. And then he blew a kiss at Drew's wife as well.
Yeah. Wrestlers should just have fun. Like, that's what we're there for. We don't want to see them fighting backstage. Also, you're at work. You don't fight your coworkers. You fight them in the ring. Backstage, just friggin' be adults.
Just have your catering and sit down and shut the fuck up, man.
That's the Adam bomb for this week. Eat your sandwich.
Eat your sandwiches. That's Kevin Nash when he was a champion. All I had was sandwiches for catering because he wasn't a big enough draw.
He wanted ravioli.
He wanted all the ravioli and the red wine. Bless him.
Okay, this next one's fun. So the new X-Men 97 show has been taking the nerd world by storm. And I've been loving it personally. It's a really good what would you call it? A reinvigoration of an old cartoon show.
Reimagining.
Yeah, it's effectively a brand new season, but obviously made by different people and stuff. Some of the same voice actors. Better animation in some respects because the old one was a little bit choppy, but we all loved it. But yeah, they referenced, do you remember that old X-Men arcade game that we used to play? the really stupid one where all the characters shouted constantly.
Yeah. Well, actually it was Nerdfest we went to last month, wasn't it? Yeah. Me and Graham were having a wander about, and
did you see
ended up playing the X-Men versus versus Street Fighter.
Oh, like a Marvel versus Capcom.
Yeah. That was
that's
really
got some X-Men
fun, actually. Yeah, that was really good.
So so like in the show they had like the whole like, oh, you're getting sucked into the video game. If you die in the video game, you die in real life storyline. So yeah, they get sucked into like an old like fake like Sega console looking thing, but then they directly reference that old game we used to play, including like having like the Magneto come in and be like, X-Men. He did not say welcome to die though, which I was a little bit disappointed.
Welcome to die.
Because I feel like if you're gonna do the reference, like that's the line you can just steal, because like no one's gonna sue you because you stole the mistranslated Magneto line.
Yeah, exactly.
He even comes on and even like shouts, "I am Magneto, master of Magnet," like afterwards as well. It's just a masterclass in a slightly messed up dialogue.
Yeah.
But yeah, So that was really excellent to see. And then
Good.
I mean that was just like a cutaway sort of episode that didn't have a lot to do with the main plot, but it was really cool. And it's like I say, it's been hitting its stride and getting even more and more dramatic. So good guys, X-Men. You get the thumbs up for the accurate video game reference. I wonder if Welcome to Die's on the cutting room floor somewhere. They just couldn't fit it in. So this next one is a sad one for you, Adam, in a kind of way. There was a little bit of talk about Dead Space after the remake. And I believe the developers of Dead Space remake kind of dropped that they aren't going to be doing Dead Space 2 in the near future. People obviously thought that would be like a done deal, you know, like it's like definitely going to happen because they've already done one. Why not just keep it rolling? There was some mention of like lackluster sales, but I don't know if that's like officially the reason. It might just be, you know, that the dev team can't do it, or they've got something else they need to be doing. But yeah, don't hold your breath on that one. But also, it's video games, so never say never on that one.
Yeah. Well, Dead Space 2, anyway, even back in the day, was an excellent game. One of my favorites. Yeah.
Would you say like it? Do you reckon? I don't know how long ago it's been since you played it, but do you reckon it would still hold up, like on PC with like updated, with like the graphics settings on Ultra or whatever?
I played it quite recently on EA Play. I'm talking about probably about 9-10 months ago.
Yeah.
And it was still like really good. Like, even with not like updated engines and stuff like that, it was still.
Well, yeah, because like Dead Space 2 was like a technological leap past the first one, wasn't it? So it's not outside of the realm where they took like a pass over it and they were like, actually, Dead Space 2 still holds up, so it's not going to be that bad if someone has to play like the old version. Because like I say, you can put it all on Ultra and stuff on your PCs.
Well, I definitely can, so but it'll be. I might play it again. Actually, I still need to do the rest of Alan Wake as well. When should I stream that?
Oh God, I can stream it anytime. We could check it out next week and stuff. On the Wednesday slot, we could try and get back to something. But yeah, if people want Adam plays horrors,
I would happily do that because I love that style of game.
Yeah, but yeah, so yeah, just go and play existing Dead Space 2 if you miss it. You don't have to shell out for a remake. that might not ever happen.
If it does come out, then I'd say buy it. So like it's nice for the developers and that, you know. So
how fucked up would they make that eyeball scene though?
That was bad even in 2011 when it came out. Like,
I nearly sent that screenshot to Paul to be in the art for the episode. But I was like, oh, he might not have played it, and that's an image that you can't get out of your head if you have to play through.
Oh, Jules said, play Alan Wake, I'll clear my schedule.
Oh, he wants to watch it. Yeah, because we never got up to the musical part. I wanted to see that.
No, it's amazing. Like, it's so good. That song is like,
it was all over TikTok like when it first came out, but it's died off. That did come up in the news. That people were saying Alan Wake sales weren't so great, but they haven't released the physical version yet because I don't think they can afford to get one done.
Yeah, it was all digital.
So again, that's a thing where it's probably going to go on sale. I can imagine people buying that, like keeping on.
Doing DLC for Alan Wake 2. I've got the Ultimate Edition where like the game, like the season pass is involved in it.
Yes.
So as soon as the DLC comes out, like it'll just download straight to me. What do you call it? Epic Games Store bit.
Yeah, and DLC always makes new people check things out, especially if it's really good. Which fingers crossed it will be.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm sure it will. The rest of the game's fantastic. Like so.
Yeah, I've only heard good things. Like the only bad thing people have said is it didn't sell so well, and it's like, well, that's a problem that can be fixed.
Yep.
So next we're heading into a little bit of a tabletop card game area, which I know Adam doesn't know a whole lot about, but I'm not going to hit anything like super involved that you need to know anything about.
Yeah, but I'm willing to learn.
Yeah,
and I'm a quick learner, obviously.
And contrary to popular belief, Gaming Up North isn't just video games. Tabletop games count as well. But yeah, so we recently had the EUIC, which is like the European Championship in London. So they had the old Excel Centre full of Pokemon fans. And it was just to say that Tord Reklev, who is a previous world champion, won. And that was on our fair island of England. So yeah, congrats to Tord. And I watched it and it was a very fun tournament. And yeah, it made me build some decks, which is kind of what happens whenever there's like good tournaments. I usually get the bug and want to be like involved in the game again. Yeah. But I don't like playing in tournaments myself. I'm quite happy to just do normal matches. And then this also hit the news this month, this is the funny part. So the other card game that isn't Pokemon.
I'm just reading what it says.
The other card game that isn't Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Which is a card game that also had an anime that was quite popular in the 90s, and is still airing in some form, I'm pretty sure. There was a new player basically posted online saying that she'd went to her first Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament, but then had to quit because the smell was too bad. I'll just repeat that. The smell was too bad. So yeah, Adam, what do you think about stinky card game players?
Well, I mean, there must have been a lot of brown eggs getting passed around. Like I think hard-boiled brown egg. That was hard to say that.
Yeah.
But the smell. I mean, imagine. I think. Do you reckon it's just like all like people's BO and stuff?
Oh yeah. And you could argue it's a battle tactic, but I guarantee these people aren't aware of it. I mean, we've all been to conventions and metal gigs and stuff like that. Like, you know the funk, right? You've smelled the funk.
Well, I think this is where I'm a bit of an anomaly. I don't smell of body odor when I sweat.
We're getting deep lore here. Add this to the wiki.
I don't know. I must have some sort of like iron deficiency, or I've got too much iron in my body. I smell like copper.
It's all that snake venom me and Graham have been giving you.
Yeah, like it's weird. Like I didn't notice it at all throughout my life, and then Hannah noticed it after I'd played football, like when we first got together, and she was like, "Why do I smell like pennies? It's like not a bad smell. It's just doesn't smell like a bag of pennies." And I'm like, "Oh, it's me."
We're getting breaking news from the chat from one Natalie. Yu-Gi-Oh players smell the worst.
Oh, you heard it here first.
Yeah. But yeah, so what I'm gonna say to all the gamers out there who are attending tournaments and going to conventions: 1, take a shower. It's not gonna kill you. Take a shower before you go. And 2, put deodorant in that little backpack of yours. I know you got your deck boxes. I know you've got your play mats. And I know you've got space. Your exactly.
Not roll on like a spray.
Roll on is polite if you have to quickly go do the old under the.
You can do a strategic.
You can. Yeah. Just do it, man. Just stop being smelly nerds. Stop perpetuating the stereotype. Every day when I'm at Comic-Con, I shower in the morning or the night before.
We've got some more breaking news on here. Lee doesn't smell because he doesn't sweat. He found out when he was in a really hot pizza restaurant in Woking.
Oh, yep. I think I heard about that.
He doesn't sweat.
I think
who else doesn't sweat? Lizard people.
True. And me and Graham will get working on the lizard serum, and we'll get back to you on that. But yeah, luckily the big London Comic Con doesn't smell so bad because it's in like a giant warehouse, and I think there's enough room.
There's enough room for the smell to
dissipate. Yeah, but when you sat face to face with someone on the field of card battle, you might get a whiff of those armpits. So spritz them, dirty boys.
Corned beef.
Yep. Okay, this next one is for the Nintendo fans in the group, and it's bad news. The 3DS store shut down forever. I think you might be able to re-download some things, but do not quote me on that. But there's no more handing over money to get download games, because the 3DS was like the second Nintendo handheld that had some downloadable stuff. You know, like old games, but then new games as well. Like you could, it had a full store where you could download like recent things.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you didn't go on there last month, I mean, we're a bit late in this, but it is news. It's all shut down.
It's a shame, but I mean, how long has the 3DS been out for now?
Oh yeah, that was like, was that like 2012-ish something? For the first 3DS?
Oh, I don't know. I might be before that, you know.
Possibly. But yeah, like Nintendo stores from around that time are getting shut down. Probably because it's costing them too much to keep servers open that aren't being used.
Yeah.
But it's a shame. But, you know, piracy is an option. If you got stung by this, you could, you know, download some software and crack your DS, and then just download the ROMs that you bought previously.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's kind of sad. And I know, like I say, you can't really go on and fix this if you did miss this chance. But I will give you a tip. End of June, possibly, the 360 store is going offline forever. Xbox 360. So if you want to download some stuff and get your Xbox 360s all safe and sound, now's the time to do it. Which I might double check that I've definitely got X-Men Arcade and The Simpsons on there. I should do
about the X-Men one. Yeah, that would be good if you could play that sometime.
It's out of, well, that got took off the store for licensing reasons, so it's possible that if I didn't keep it on the hard drive, I might not be able to download it. But I think I'll take a pass over Xbox and just make sure I've got everything possible downloaded onto the hard drive, like all the Mass Effect games and stuff. Anything I bought on the store, I'll give it a go. It's better than just letting it totally die and then regretting it later.
Yeah, true. Right.
And you know, I have been selling some random game crap on eBay. Who knows what Xboxes with games installed might go for in the future.
God, you know, it's probably more than you think, to be honest.
Could be. People used to sell those PS3s with the Silent Hill demo on.
Yes.
So there is precedent for this. Okay. Next one is, should we just keep that one? Because it's kind of tangentially related to something later.
Yes. Maybe.
Okay, let's go on to Street Fighter then. We talked about Street Fighter on the Nerdy Up North podcast recently. The bad movie. I didn't get to talk much about how the games rule. And they've been some of my favorite gaming experiences of all time. Because there was too much Jean-Claude Van Damme to talk about.
Yes. The coke-induced fucking party boy, as he is.
Oh, yeah. So this week, Street Fighter 6, which has been out for a while, announced they were going to bring back a fan favorite character of Akuma, who is the evil version of Ryu and Ken's teacher sort of thing. He's the guy who does all the the demon stuff.
Yeah.
So I want to watch this trailer with Adam. Because, and I'll share it with all of you too. Because Akuma's pretty cool. Chrome, you there? Violence, mild blood, suggestive themes, language, use of alcohol and tobacco. Sign us up.
All my favorite things.
I'll give Adam a full screen version.
Yay, thank you.
So yeah, I always liked Akuma because he was basically like a broken version of Ryu and Ken, because he could shoot fireballs in the air and do the spin kick, like the hurricane kick in the air as well. So it just felt like you had cheats on.
Yeah.
Oh, he's beefed up. He looks like Liver King.
It's like Liver King and Sabretooth mixed together.
Yes.
Fucking Liver King, man. Fuck off.
Enma. Nice.
Oh, God.
Do you know how ripped you gotta be for your muscles to show through your skin like that?
Yeah, that's crazy, like.
Oh, there's the air fireball.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got lava now for his fiery stuff. Yep,
why is he back? Has he got like a vendetta against everyone still? Like,
I don't think he can be defeated. I think he's signed himself over to the demon, the Dark Hado, Satsui no Hado.
Oh God.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah, he always had really good like multi hits. Like it always felt fun.
Yeah.
Oh, classic outfit, nice.
Yes, I was hoping that was going to be the case.
It's a little easier to look at, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
Sometimes fighting game designs can get a bit busy.
Yeah. Oh. God, it's just nice to see how far like Street Fighter's come along since like the
4. That would have been the last one we played, yeah.
Yeah, and like even since like when like since the Super Nintendo ones and stuff like that, it's just.
But I bet.
Proper nice.
But the nice thing about it is you can still throw a fireball like you always could.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh no. Rocket punch. Okay, so we didn't see the raging demon. Okay, he said Satsui no Hado. So do you think, does he have the raging demon?
I don't know.
Oh wait, there it is.
No, oh shit.
Oh, you can actually see it this time. Normally the screen just fades to black. Hell yeah.
Oh. It ripped his back is?
Ripped back. Available now. Oh, that was cool. I really like how Tekken and Street Fighter have both got like amazing art styles now, and it's like even if I don't have those games and I'm not playing them, like they look incredibly fun to watch.
Yeah. They do, yeah.
In which when you can watch online tournaments now any night of the week, it's excellent that it looks this good.
Yeah.
It makes me want to play Street Fighter. Fighting games are a bit too expensive though.
I know, for what they are, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Unless that's gonna be your one game that you like become an expert on. I just can't do that anymore.
No, I haven't got the stamina. Well, I haven't got the attention span.
Yeah. Oh, people were discussing who's that weird guy on the cover. Yeah, I think it's Luke or something. But he's like a new generation guy. I don't know why he's on the cover. It is a little bit silly. Okay. I just wanted to mention, because we've talked about the Switch 2 before, that there was rumors going around that it had something called electrosuction built into the dock.
Oh God!
Which generated, I'm sure, the jokes you can imagine.
Yes.
But what they mean, I think, is it's going to have electromagnets for the Joy-Cons instead of the slippy slide track thing.
All right, okay.
I don't know how it's gonna work. Will there be like welded on until you like hit a button and it releases the electromagnets?
Like maglock.
If your child puts its hand in between them as you're about to snap it on. Is it safe? But yeah, it probably isn't electrosuction unless they mean that like the dock is gonna like eat the switch and be like like safely ingest it into the charging port. It's starting to sound like an Evangelion or something. Okay, so now we have to talk about the elephant in the room.
The elephant man in the room.
Yeah, the giant hedgehog in the room. First, I want to say that hilariously, Keanu Reeves got cast as Shadow the Hedgehog in the movie that comes out later in the year.
Whoa.
But you know what Shadow is known for? And John Wick is known for having a gun.
Yes.
So I don't know. Are we gonna see Shadow with his gun? Or is it just gonna be a gruff sounding Keanu voice?
I think it's just gonna be a gruff sounding Keanu voice, to be fair.
I'm Shadow the Hedgehog. This is who I am. Doesn't really have many memorable lines. But yeah, this takes us to Nerdy Up North, the very own Facebook group that spawned this all.
Yes.
It's created many good and bad things over the years it's been live. We had what was supposed to be a fun little poll of who were the best video game characters. And this is all off the back of the BAFTAs putting out their baffling list of who they voted like the most iconic video game characters. Lara Croft was up there at number 1, which, like, fair enough. In England, I can see an argument for it, you know? Like, dads probably know who Lara Croft is. Yeah. Because of the marketing. But they had some like ridiculous guys on there, like Agent 47 and stuff like that, like in the top 5. And like I think Mario was around second, but then like there was no like Sonic and like, you know, Crash Bandicoot to like way low down. And we were just like, throw it out, it's junk. We're gonna do our own list.
Yeah.
And so the fine folks in the Nerdy Up North community got to voting.
Oh god!
And there was some hard fought battles. You know, there was like Link versus Pikachu, like Mario versus Sonic. Can't remember many others, but it all came down to the tiny electric mouse Pikachu and the blue bastard himself, Sonic. And I believe Chris has said he was going to put together something. So I don't know if he's going to fire off his video from his chambers at the Chris Foundation. Oh, here it is. Here it is, folks.
Incoming broadcast.
Professional.
We interrupt this scheduled Ramblecast podcast to announce the winner of the poll is...
Please be Pikachu.
Some Raji's coming.
Oh.
Sonic's the name, speed's my game.
This is probably copyrighted, so blah la 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 la. Sonic is the winner.
Well, I'll tell you one thing I do appreciate is the Smash Brothers Brawl reference. Yeah. Me and Adam probably watched that trailer 100 times back in the day. Holy crap, Sonic has beaten all of the competition in the video game world and has to be crowned Nerdy Up North's most iconic, best-in-class video game character.
He's not mine.
Not my champions, says Adam.
Not my king.
Now you could say this had some things to do with like there was a very aggressive marketing campaign from the Chris Foundation. there was daily photoshops, all financed with his blood money from the ice cream massacre.
Yeah.
So yeah, congrats to Sonic, I guess. But unfortunately, that does bring us to some disturbing developments within Nerdy Up North, because what Paul might have neglected to say was that this contest was actually, like, the prize for winning the contest was actually a controlling stake in Gaming Up North.
Mm-hmm.
That would be 51% of the shares. Giving, I guess we're going to have to say that this will give Sonic the title of general manager of he's the head of the consortium. He's been appointed.
The consortium.
The contract's been drawn up. Now our very own notary, Lee, drew up this contract. It's signed and dated. Everything's ready.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Why does that say the Demon Sonic?
That's worrying.
It is. That shouldn't be. The Demon Sonic didn't win.
Well.
Oh no. Well,
I'll tell you what. It hasn't been signed yet, so I think we're pretty safe on that front.
Right. Okay. Does that mean he's our boss now? Then
it's gonna mean that, yeah. Once there's a signature on this thing, but yeah, this is the contract of ownership. Am
I still allowed to vape in the office because my vape's blue?
You'll have to see. It's gonna be like the general manager of Raw when it was a computer and messages just came through.
Michael Cole's laptop.
But yeah, the contract's right here. Like I said, drawn up by Lee, our notary here at Gaming Up North. By signing this contract, I hereby state that I am signing over 51% of shares of the Gaming Up North channel. I, GuN Jake, relinquish my ownership of the stated share amount to the recipient, the Demon Sonic. This contract of ownership is compliant under the 69-420 ownership laws, and all relinquished signatures are binding under the ownership law of 1952. Failure to comply with the ruling legislation may result in burning at the stake, forced ingestion of poison, and cheeky finger up the bum. This certificate shall be signed by both parties and acts as proof of ownership for 14 days from the signed date or until certificate of ownership has been received by the participant. Under the 714 Act, it shall be stated that there are no take-backsies and all signatures are final. It's already been signed. I held up my part of the deal, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens.
Oh man!
I told people there would, be consequences to voting with Sonic. I made my thoughts very clear in the group and warned people at every avenue. So yeah, we'll have to see. But I'm sorry, Adam, that you had literally no say in this and didn't know about half of it before we came on the air.
Yeah, it's just how business works, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it is. Yeah, I'm used to that shit with business, so it's fine.
And because we're a very unreputable business, we just announced it on the air instead of in a meeting beforehand.
Yeah, with no representation involved. Sounds a bit like my old job.
But like I say, he's still got to show up to sign it. I'm not sending it to his house or anything on Mobius. Like, that's gonna cost like nuts postage. This time travel machine. I don't get to travel. I get to go back and forward in time. I don't get to just zip over somewhere and not have the universe explode, okay? This can only go back to points in time that are deemed okay by the time cops.
Time cop.
I'm
Isn't
compliant.
That Jean-Claude Van Damme film, isn't it?
That's what he tells me whenever I go past in the vortex. Yeah, I'll watch it next week, man. I promise.
Oh, mate, have you watched it yet? Have you watched it yet?
Okay, so I think that does it for the news. I know we've went back and forward on new releases and stuff, but I had a quick look ahead, and for May, you're only really looking at Senua, which is the Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice sequel, which is probably pretty cool and pretty traumatizing. And the Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door remake, which is an excellent GameCube game. So pick it up on Switch if you fancy it. Nice. It's really good.
Yes.
It's funny.
Apart from those two, it was just all dross, wasn't it? It was out.
Yeah, or our new favorite game could just drop out of nowhere. You never know.
You never know with the gaming industry these days.
Exactly. But yeah, I think that's all for me, really. I mean, we're gonna have to figure out what the future of this channel looks like.
Very blue by the looks of it.
We've already got a bit of a blue thing going on, or maybe purple more.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm too colorblind to change the color scheme for everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if Demon Sonic wants me to just do covers of all the Sonic themes, I'm down for that.
Yeah, I mean, he seems to not really be interested in many of you, just Chris and Paul mainly.
Yeah.
They're the ones you need to worry.
True. And Chris summoned him, basically. This is what he's done.
Yeah.
Basically did a online seance, basically.
Yeah, effectively. Like, a lot of those photos were very demonic. But yeah, that's going to be goodbye from me, from Jake. We are...
Goodbye from me as well.
Yeah, we're Gaming Up North. You can find us everywhere on pretty much every social media under either Nerdy Up North or Gaming Up North. We're all friends here. We don't mind which one you follow. It all helps us in the long run.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's been another Ramblecast for the April. We should be able to hit the next May one in May. And I'll have just came back from Comic-Con, so I might do my Comic-Con unboxing haul on that show. And you can ask me what's in the box, in the bag.
That'd be cool if you did that, yeah. Depending on how much you can afford to buy, because I'd imagine it's very pricey.
Oh yeah, I'll not be getting that much, but I'll find some interesting things. You know me, I only spend money on weird cane key rings and things.
Yeah.
I don't just buy anything.
No. It's got to have a purpose, got to have a purpose.
Yeah. But yes, we'll do that. We'll have more game streams. You'll probably see some more hell diving. We're probably going to try and hit Streets of Rage 4 as a big co-op thing. Like I say, we might do horrors. I mean, who knows what Sonic's going to have in store for us, what he might make us stream.
Let's just hope he's a fan of Alan Wake too.
Yeah. I've seen the darkness inside of him.
Yeah. No hedgehogs were harmed in the making of that video game, as far as I'm aware, anyway. So.
Is that the criteria? How they're picked?
Yeah.
Right, but that's going to be goodbye. I'm going to go back to the intro, outro song. But yes, we love you all. Thank you so much for watching and having fun with us. We'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.
Goodbye.